Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to figure out my screen here. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody got a chance to go out and enjoy that sunshine yesterday. I sure did. Maybe not enough, but it was absolutely beautiful. It looks like the snow is definitely beginning to melt, and we are on our way towards spring. I know it might be slow, maybe 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more snow, but we'll take what we can get. We're heading in a good direction. They're saying 60 by or early next week, so try to enjoy it until the mud arrives, the melting snow. But we'll take what we can get, right? Here we are, March 4th. We're working our way through Lent. March 4th, removing doubt. Luke 22:27. Who is more important, the one sitting at the table or the one serving? You think the one at the table is more important, but I am like a servant among you. In Jesus' day, the washing of feet was a task reserved not just for the servants, but for the lowest of servants. Every circle has its pecking order, and the circle of household workers was no exception. The servant at the bottom of the totem pole was expected to be the one on his knees with a towel and a basin. In this case, the one with the towel and a basin is the king of the universe. The hands that shape the stars are now washing away filth. The fingers that form the mountains are now massaging toes. And the one before whom all nations will one day kneel now kneels before his disciples. Hours before his own death, Jesus' concern is singular. He wants his disciples to know how much he loves them. More than removing dirt, Jesus is removing doubt. So Jesus sets here, as we read in our example, this was set for the lowest of the low. This was the lowest of the servants would be the ones washing the dust off of people's feet in a household. And so Jesus chooses this position of the lowest of low. We know that he was born in the most humblest of circumstances. He was born in a stable, a barn, the typical Christian scene of being born in the manger with the animals all around. So Jesus sets this precedent of saying humility, being a servant is the attitude in which he shows his love. He is the king of the universe and he has this authority over the world and the nations, and yet he chooses, instead of using that type of power and authority, which perhaps the disciples were looking for. They were looking for somebody who was going to come and overthrow the Roman government, somebody with victory and power, and a worldly leader, someone who's going to take control, get some armies going. And yet Jesus does the opposite. He bows down and washes feet. He feeds the hungry. He clothes the naked. He comes into this world and shows us what a true sign of power really is, a power of vulnerability, a power of love. And he proves to these disciples how much he really loves them. He removes their doubt and says, I'm not of this world. Because if I was of this world, I would have acted in those ways that those other powers did. But I'm not of this world. And he shows them the way to live. He shows them the way to humility. He shows them the way to love one another. And it's through their actions of becoming least, becoming a servant, caring for those around you. And so that's a tall glass to fill for us to go out and try to do the same. But we talked about last night in our Bible study of how witnessing can just be the simplest of actions. I think sometimes we get in our own way and we overthink everything, thinking that in order to show God's love or be a Christ follower, we have to go and take a trip to Haiti and help those who've been affected by a natural disaster, which is great and that's awesome. And I support you if you want to do that. But it also means sharing a smile on the sidewalk or holding a door and being there for somebody who might be ready to break and just being a kind smile, a kind person. So let us try not to overthink this witnessing and this humility that Jesus shows to us. And remember that he washed feet first to give us that example. He is not of this world, which is a wonderful thing. Better things are to come. Hope everybody has a great day. Enjoy the cloudy day. Enjoy the day. Hope you have a great day. Stay joyful. And I'll see you tomorrow.